Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 10th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we have had a small amount of upward movement, but it's barely measurable. We've still got an RSI, daily RSI 14 buy signal fixed, and that still hasn't made the possible near miss target. The daily middle band today is at 64,312, and we are slightly above it at just over 65,000. No divergence on the hourly chart. We're still in the same inflection point, which is that we're either forming a head and shoulders to head down, or we're going to retest this high here at 66.9k, and that would form a double top to go down, or potentially we have an inverted head and shoulders here. Hang on, just redraw that line really to make it crystal clear. We've got a potential inverted head and shoulders here, and that could deliver a limited breakup. Now, where would that target be? Because I did actually see someone draw one really badly today. But they got the target area kind of sort of in the not too far away from the right area place. They also use the word explode, which I associate very strongly with people, on Bitcoin, particularly with people who are just basically trying, obviously trolling for something, probably scammers. But this would be the target if this is inverted head and shoulders. If it saw a breakup, we would have a target in about the 76,500 areas. So that is the possible IHS. Is it a nice one? Not particularly. If it broke down, this head and shoulders would be a bit better in my view, but neither of them actually look that pretty. So this would get us back to a more obvious target, which would be a retest of the lows. So we shall see how that goes. All right, great. Let's have a look at the shorter term chart, see if there's anything to see. Yeah, we got a potential little level top here. If we saw a sustained break below 64.5k, we would see a target which would be about the 63.8k. So this is a potential pattern to take us back below the daily middle band. All right, looking at Solana. Solana did rather better over the weekend, actually. You can't really see that on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, we are back over the daily middle band. That's a 74.47, and I think that's at 76.79. So that's significantly over it. We actually saw a reasonable little move up. It doesn't look like much here, but this is what I've been saying is if this is a flag, and it sure looks like one, and it's now got a very nice three-touch support trend line, then of course it's hard to say, although I put in one possible area which could be a flag resistance, but of course they could go up to the resistance trend line. Now, looking at the shorter term, I also drew in the pretty decent looking bull flag here, and if this is a bull flag, it's breaking up. Now, there are other possibilities. We could be forming a larger flag channel, for instance. So that would be there, and we're pretty close to that. Also, the other thing to mention here is that we could have, well, we do have really, a little inverted head and shoulders here. So let me just draw that up. And that would be here, and it wouldn't be bad. And if that is broken up, then, hang on, where would that target be? It's not a big target, but the main thing is that I don't think we've reached it yet. So that would have a target, which would be in about the pretty close to it, but I'd have that target at about the 79.5k area, and that level has not yet been reached. So we shall see how that goes. But the odd thing about that was that move up on Solana wasn't really echoed at all on Ethereum or Bitcoin. In terms of Ethereum, flat for the week so far. We've got daily chart here, which is where we are back over the daily middle band and holding above that at the moment. That's 1895. It's only at 1912, but nonetheless over the daily middle band. I am wondering about a possible retest of the high here at 1978.71, and we are possibly inching our way up towards that. We will see, but we do. If we broke down directly, we would have a fair quality double top here already. In fact, we would already have broken down for a small double top. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, well, I think let's have a quick look at questions, of which we have none. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, cheers.